So, Harley Simpson, what can I say? I first met Harley when she was 15. She was in year 10 at a local school who we still very much work in partnership with, and she was referred to an intervention programme that I was running. I think it's fair to say she was probably at risk of exclusion. Things weren't necessarily going as well as they could be in school, and in fact I remember the very first session almost as if it was yesterday, and that's because she didn't turn up. When she did come, eventually, she was a bit, what am I doing here? But after we got through that and she started to apply herself and be motivated, I think within the sort of football environment we were working, she did incredibly well. I was teaching English and she got a B at GCSE, which was sort of exceeding her predicted grade at that time. And she turned into a young person, a student that it was an absolute pleasure to have around. It was quite a long journey until that point, which I won't go into too much detail about. But I think for me the turning point was when we selected Harley to come on National Citizen Service with us one summer. It was the summer of 2011. She came on some residential visits. She participated in social action projects, but where she sort of stood out from the others was that her sort of leadership skills and her sort of natural willingness and ability to support and help the members of staff there. And it was then that I think a few of us thought, we need to keep our eye on her, we need to develop her, we need to support her. She loved football, she loved playing football, and I think that was a real help. But what really came through was her maturity and her ability to use the things that she'd sort of struggled with school and how she'd overcome her barriers to help others. So it didn't take long for us to recruit her as a volunteer. She started on our KICS programme, and she still works on KICS, and she runs our most successful session of the week, probably our most challenging session, but our highest impacting session with the most amount of participants in one of our most challenging areas. And we also started to introduce her to other young people that were at risk of exclusion, and she was the ideal role model, sharing her stories, talking honestly about her story, and she's got this sort of natural ability to inspire young people through that. She secured a place at Worcester Uni, and we were all really, really proud of her. And we offered her a contract at that point to work on a whole variety of programmes. And I would say at the moment the one that she's really pushing forward with in terms of leading and developing and turning into her own is Premier League for Sport, and particularly her ability to develop a badminton club at one of our primary schools.